All right, here we go. We got one of the newest stars from Dallas, Texas. Lil Loaded is in the building.
Appreciate you for having me. Black baby here.
Of course, man. Of course. Man, I'm looking through this catalog. Uh, Man, Gang Unit got 10 million views on YouTube. Black Baby got 9 million. Back on the Block got 2. Ops on Fire got 2. Out of My Body got 2. Smoke Today got 2. Like, that's not even counting all the Spotify and Apple Music and everything else like that. You got tens of millions of people that are checking for you right now.
Yeah, it feel good. It's real. It's humbling too.
I bet, because you got a really interesting story. So, this is your first time here, so I want to get into the whole thing. So, you were actually born in Cali.
Yes,
What part?
I was born in San Bernardino
Okay. And then you moved to Dallas when?
when I was like 10.
Okay. So, you grew up in Dallas since you were like in elementary school pretty much.
Yeah, but I still go back to California and go home.
Okay. So, what was it like in Dallas as a 10, 11, 12-year-old?
It's like anywhere in the city, you know what I'm saying? But you see different stuff. You just, I guess you kind of grow up a little bit faster, I would say, in Dallas.
Okay. And were both your parents in the house? One parent?
Nah, my mama.
Okay. And where was your dad during this time?
Huh?
Where was your dad during this time?
Locked up.
Okay. So I know you had an older brother. Did you have any other siblings?
Yeah, I got a little sister, a big sister, and a little brother.
Okay, so it's a pretty big family. So there was like 5 of you all together.
Uh-huh.
But you had an older brother, and how much older was he than you?
8 years.
And I guess you guys used to talk a lot about,
Yeah,
he
my
used to
big
tell you about how to make money and everything else like that.
My big brother pretty much raised me.
Okay. So here you have this guy who you look up to, who's pretty much raising you, but he's kind of mixed up in the streets himself.
Yeah.
Did you know of anything that he was doing, or were you just too young?
No, yeah, I knew.
Okay. When you were 15 years old, something happened.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, when I was 15, my big brother got killed.
Do you know what the situation was?
No.
Do you remember getting that call?
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you got that phone call?
Really, I thought they was gonna tell me my mama had died. Like, cause my mama was stressing. I wasn't even in Dallas. I was like in Arizona and California, cause things were, I was getting in the streets, and my mama, she was trying to, when I got the call, I wasn't even in Texas, so it messed with me, cause I know, like, if I was there, it probably could have been something different.
Did they ever find the guys that killed him?
I don't know.
Okay, but nobody got arrested, no one got convicted, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Did that bother you?
Nah,
Why is that?
it just didn't.
Okay. Did you cry when you first heard the news?
Most definitely.
How did your mother take it?
That do something different to a mama, cause no parent think they gonna have to bury their child. They always see their child burying them. So it take a big toll on her. So really, my crying was delayed. I cried the first day, and then we drove out there the next day, and I ain't cry for a long time, like 2 years.
And after 2 years, you started crying again?
Yeah,
Why was that? Like, what triggered that?
just I don't know. It's just like certain times stuff get heavier.
I mean, how hard was that funeral?
Yeah, it was tough, real tough. All my family came from California. Everybody around, like it was hard, but at the same time, I ain't do no crying at the funeral and stuff, cause I would feel like I had to be solid for my mama and my siblings. Like my big brother was the man of the house, so shit. Now it's up to me, so I handle business.
Right, so you were 15, so he was 23 at the time.
Yeah,
Man, that is so young. I mean, I know, because you're 19 right now.
yeah,
Like, let me tell you, I'm in my 40s, and 23 is just, you're just getting... Seeing your brother pass away like that from street violence, did you feel like, I got to get away from all this, or did you kind of feel like you needed to go harder?
Nah, really, I ain't gonna lie to you. It turned me up. It made me feel like ain't nobody care about my brother and how we felt about him. So shit, it is what it is.
Okay, so then you started getting mixed up in the streets yourself.
Yeah, I was already kind of in the street.
You talked about, I think it was in the Genius interview, that you had been shot at a bunch of times.
Yeah,
Like, how old were you when you first got shot at?
probably about 15, 15, yeah.
When you first got shot at, how did that affect you?
And I mean, for me, I always been a thinker, so like I always knew it would come with it. Shit.
Okay, well, getting shot at is one thing, but then at one point you actually got shot, I think, in the hand.
Yeah,
Can you talk about that situation at all?
nah,
Okay, but from what you said in an interview, that you actually put your hand up to your face
yeah,
and you got shot in the hand. So if your hand wasn't there, you would have gotten shot in the face.
yeah,
Most people would just say, "All right, I'm just going to move. Like this is getting too crazy," because you were literally an inch away from getting killed potentially, right?
hmm
So you had a near death experience. Did anything change after that?
Just the way I move smarter, so I don't get put in that situation again. I just move right.
Do you feel like you got caught slipping that day?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And you talked about how you became paranoid afterwards.
Yeah, it kind of made me more. Gotta pay attention to everything.
Yeah, I mean, I interviewed this guy Shaka Senghor. He had a situation in Detroit where somebody shot him in a trap house, and then he just got so paranoid that he started carrying a gun everywhere. And then he had a situation where a drug deal started to kind of go sideways, and he ended up pulling out and killing the dude. And then he ended up spending, like 20 years in prison over that. He ended up writing a best-selling book. He talked about how after he got shot, he was really traumatized, and how, let's just say, a white kid in the suburbs gets shot. He gets a bunch of counseling and he goes to see a therapist and they talk about what he went through. But most black kids, they get shot, they patch him up and they throw him right back in the same neighborhood with the people who shot him. Is that pretty much what happened to you?
Yeah, it'd be like, I mean, I didn't even go to the hospital when I got shot. I feel like shit, that's my choice. Like I know what I'm doing. It ain't no goofy, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, because they got to report a shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, but how bad was the injury?
The bullet didn't even go through my hand. Like it didn't come out the back.
Oh, it didn't come out the back?
Nuh-uh.
So you still have a bullet in you?
No, it got stuck. It got took out. Like it's certain people in the hood you can trust. You can go to and shit.
Wait. I've never even heard about this before. Okay. So you're telling me you went to like a hood doctor to take the bullet out?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she like numb the whole area or whatever? Or did she have to pull the bullet out while you're still feeling everything?
Tough situation.
That sounds crazy. I've never heard about this before. Because usually anything like that, there's a bunch of anesthesia, so you don't feel anything. So you're saying someone took a bullet out of your hand with no anesthesia?
Yes, sir.
How old were you?
About 17 at that time. 18.
Well,
I was 18.
18, and they're pulling a bullet out of your hand. I'm sure there's blood everywhere. Are you screaming like during this whole process?
Honestly, I don't really even remember the whole thing. Honestly, nigga was fucked up.
Okay, so now you get shot. They patch you up, and you're right back in the streets again. You talked about a game called Gun Mayhem.
Yeah,
What is that?
it's just like I think it's like a computer game, and they call Glocks because you can't. It's a trademark. You can't use the name. They call them Glicks on there.
And you have a thing for Glocks.
Yeah,
What is it about the Glock that you like over other guns?
it's reliable.
That's true. Doesn't jam that much. Okay. So at what point did the rapping start?
Last year, Black Baby was my second song. So about a month, maybe 2 months before Black Baby, I put out my first song.
And how'd you come up with the name Lil Loaded?
Everybody always called me that.
So you started rapping about a year ago. You put out your first song. What was the name of the first song?
BOS.
You put it out on YouTube?
Yeah.
Did it do anything?
Yeah. It did pretty decent, I think, as a matter of fact. Like, for a first song, yeah.
Okay, like how many views did it get before Black Baby came out?
Probably like 500, 600 views in a month.
Okay, so you're not even breaking 1,000 yet. You're just starting out.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you put together Black Baby. And I guess you got the beat off of YouTube.
Yeah.
So how did you search for that beat?
I just put in some NLE chopper beats, and that one came up, and it didn't sound like a chopper beat to me. And I liked it. The melody that it had in it, like behind the bass, it really made it.
Yeah, no, that piano riff on there is dope.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also like when you listen to it, you're like, all right, like it's still kind of very sparse. So there's a lot that you could do on it. It's not like an obviously like a superstar beat.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of work had to be done to turn that into a hot song. So you heard that beat, and then you went to go record it.
Yeah.
When you finished, did you feel like you had something on your hands or not?
Yeah, because I freestyle everything. All my songs I freestyle. I did that in 2 takes. I finished that in 2 takes. The engineer and dude I was smoking with in there, they was going crazy like before he even finished mixing it. So I was like, I might got something. Took it to the hood, played it for everybody in the hood. Everybody like, you snapping, like this would be big if you could push it.
So you put it together, then you shot the music video.
Yeah.
Right. That was in your neighborhood?
Yeah, that was right down the street from where I stay at. But yeah.
And then this is where it kind of gets interesting. You put the music video on YouTube, and this Polish YouTuber named Tommy Craze did a video where he took a bunch of videos that had 0 views.
Yeah.
And he reviewed it. And one of those videos was yours.
Yeah.
And in the video, he's like, I mean, he's not dissing it at all. He's like going crazy over, and he's like, this is like the best one out of the bunch, and this is lit. And at the time, the video had 0 views. How long after that Tommy Craze video did the video start moving?
First of all, shout out Tommy Craze. Tommy Craze my nigga. Just cause he's solid, you know what I'm saying? He genuine, he real with everything.
Right, because I mean, I've never heard of this guy personally, but he's got like over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and I think he's from Australia, right? Or he lives in Australia?
Yeah, he's Polish, but he lives in Australia.
That is so random, isn't it? When you really sit back and think about it.
Yeah.
That a Polish guy living in Australia reviewed a video with 0 views, and the video blew up over that.
Yeah.
Tommy Craze reviews the video. In the next couple of days, how many views is the video getting?
That morning when I woke up, it was at like 45,000. And by the end of the day, it was at like 150,000.
You went from not hitting 1,000 on your first video to hitting over 100,000 on your second one.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It was ridiculous. But like it all happened so fast, I didn't even really get to soak it up. I still haven't really soaked it up because the next morning when I woke up, by that night, I had been contacted by labels and stuff, and then the next day I flew out. The next morning I flew out to Florida to go meet my managers.
It happened that fast.
Yeah.
But in 24 hours, labels started calling. And then what? A manager approached you as well?
Yeah, my manager. Yeah.
Yo, like how did that feel?
It was crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie. It was ridiculous. I was like, damn, like I ain't expected to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really heard a story like this before. I mean, I've interviewed thousands of people. I've never heard this. Like, you hear like the TikTok video or the Vine video or the, someone does a skit around your shit, but someone taking a video with 0 views and that song becoming a hit and it's currently at 9 million views, it is really something just kind of different, special.
I feel like it's because I'm Black Baby. They could feel the rawness and the genuineness and the energy. And my whole energy, like, that's me. You feel me? And that's me. And people could feel that.
I mean, it's a great song. I mean, I've been listening to it all morning.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then there's the music video, which really kind of puts you in your environment.
Yeah.
Well, number one, you had a chain on with a Star of David.
Yeah. I love the Star of David.
Is there significance behind that?
I love the Star of David because to me, it just represents strength. strength and unity. That's what I get from it. That's why I love it so much. People mistook it and thought I was a GD or I was banging under the 6-point star. Had to clap. No, I just love what it stands for.
Well, Star David is used by Jews.
You feel me? I come with it. I got showed so much love and loyalty, so I get that same love and loyalty back.
Nipsey.
But regardless of all that, Nipsey legacy still live on. Great music, a huge inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, I got to interview him.
I think Gang Unit was the song right after Smoke Today, so probably a song in between.
Why do you think that song reacted so much?
Because it's the energy and the feel, like dance to this bitch if you gang bang, like you living like that. That's your lifestyle. We all do what we do. You feel me? We can all chill together and dance, turn up. I still live the same exact way. When I'm in Dallas, I'm still in the hood. I still do anything else I would do. I move smarter. Income great, but I wear what I like, and a lot of designer stuff I just don't like. That's not my style.
Started changing for you.
Everybody just really supportive. You know, you got some family members that more work, trying to focus on getting to the next level. That's what it really is for me. I try to challenge myself.